Hey guys, welcome back to Senegalese Twisted. Today I'm back with another review on Maîtresse D'un Homme Marié, and today we're gonna talk about episode 5. If you haven't seen my videos on Maîtresse D'un Homme Marié yet, definitely check out the playlist that I'm gonna put in here somewhere. And if you have, welcome back and let's get right into it. In the last episode, we ended with Cher announcing that Rocky was gonna take over his position, and Biram was actually really mad. So in episode 5, we start with Rocky laying in bed and Mustafa coming in, and he's actually apologizing for being out late. And I thought that was really cute, definitely considering how they ended in the last episode. But yeah, so Rocky is actually really excited, and she tells him, no, it's not too late to celebrate my new job. I am the chef of operations. And yeah, so I think that she was also initiating sex, so it just gave a deja vu of the doctor and the lawyer in the previous episode, because Mustafa said to Rocky that, you know what, you look really sexy, you're really hot, but my head hurts. So she was telling him that, you know what, I can help you with your head that hurts. And she started massaging him, but he was not in the mood. And eventually Rocky accuses him of cheating and tells him that you're not even ashamed of it, and this and that. And then Mustafa walks out really mad. In the next scene, you actually see that Biram's mom is visiting Jalika finally, because in one of the previous episodes, Biram was actually really mad at his mother for not visiting Jalika. And Jalika's mom is actually really happy, or she just expresses that the fact that Biram's mom came to visit Jalika and to check up on her was a really nice gesture. And but Maîtresse did not come for any pleasantries. She came for blood, because she was like, where's Biram? And he always runs away from his responsibilities, and it's best if you guys pack up your bags and go. And since that Jalika is sick, he's never around, or I don't even know what she said, but she was really hostile. And Jalika's mom is really explaining to her that, you know what, we don't force him to be with us or spend time with us, so you should not even make a problem of it. And then Biram's mom really starts to say that, you know what, there's nobody in this world that is better than Biram. Biram is the best. Biram, like, she was really praising Biram. And but I think that what her point was to say that there was nobody in this world that would marry Jalika, and also that for Jalika, Biram would always be the best, so there would be nobody better for her than Biram, which we all know there's plenty fish in the sea. Yes. And eventually Jalika's mom is like, you know what, Maîtresse, thank you for coming, but next. And she literally kicks her out, because Maîtresse, she was not even nice, and you saw that Jalika did not even say anything. So I don't really know what her problem is. She was so salty. So for those of you that are wondering, the doctor's name is Tairu, and his wife's name, the lawyer, is Dalanda. In the next scene, you see that Tairu, the doctor, is at Novotel by himself, and then Jalika walks by. They talk about life a bit, because he's really sulking a bit, because he tells Jalika that he lost a patient. And she starts saying that, you know what, doctor, you're really exceptional, and I've heard, like, word on the street is that the girls are really into you. And he's like, oh, but how would you know that the girls are into me? And she says that, you know what, me being sick, it really made me part of the gossip, and I knew about everything. So they joked about that a bit. And she also told him, hey, you know what, doctor, you're really special, you're exceptional, because I'm alive thanks to you, and I owe my life to you. And they talked a bit about her wanting to live life to the fullest, that life is short, and that yeah, she needs to make the most of it, and that is something that she learned while being sick. So then he teases her about, you know what, your lover or your husband, he really loves you. And he was talking about Biram, and it was really yeah, it was really a cute talk, because then Jalika told him that, you know what, I'm really ashamed for his behavior, and I'm so sorry that he behaved that way. And then they talk a lot more, and eventually they leave together. In another scene, we see that the twins are actually talking with their aunt, and they're actually talking about how one of the twins is named Salimata, but in class everybody thinks that the name Salimata is really, really long. And they continue to talk about names, and one of the twins actually says to her aunt that, you know what, auntie, I really love you, and I wonder why my dad did not name me after you. Because what I understood from the story is that one of the twins is named after their mom, and the other twin is named after their maternal grandmother. So in Senegal, in our culture, it's really common to be named after other people. So for example, I was named after my mom's best friend, whose name is Khadiso, and I took her first name and her last name, because So is a last name actually. But yeah, so that's that. And the auntie was actually really talking about how she was really appalled about their names, because at one point she said that, you know what, your dad, I don't know what he did, but he put you guys into the world, then he named one of you after your mom and the other one after your maternal grandmother. And she was really appalled by that, and she continued to talk in Wolof, and she was not really kind with her words. And then they walk away, because she actually shooed them away, and they run into their mom. And I think the mom heard everything, and she was like, well, if you tell the story, you need to tell the truth, because you didn't want these twins being named after you anyway, so that's why they were named after my mom or something. And yeah, so then there's another scene where Dalanda actually comes up to Tairu and talks about his sister, and she's like, how long is your sister here? And he's like, I don't know, a couple of days. And she was actually telling him that, you know what, I really don't care if your sister doesn't like me. I don't even care if she don't like the kids, but I do not want my peace to be ruined by her, and there are certain things that the children don't need to hear about. And I think that she was more talking about how the auntie was like bashing the names, or the way their father actually chose to name his own children. And he said that he was going to take care of it, but we all know that Senegalese men taking care of their sisters, their moms, it ain't gonna happen. In the next scene, you see that Lala is talking to Mère Diagne, and Lala is actually saying to Mère Diagne that, you know what, if it was up to me, you wouldn't go to Jalika's house. And mostly because fighting or beef is not good for the family, you know, like this whole family structure. And she was just pointing out that, you know what, you should not have done that, and if it was up to me, I would not let you. And so she was actually saying that, you know what, Sheikh and I will not divorce because of the children. Like I said in another episode, that in Senegalese culture, usually you don't divorce because of the children, and I don't know if that's healthy, but I do think that it's everyone's personal choice. So yeah, so she was saying that she was not gonna divorce because of the children. She was also saying that you know what, Mère Diagne, you are a mother to me. And Mère Diagne was like, yeah, if that's true, that means that you are more than a daughter to me. But I want you to know that how Cheikh is treating you hurts me so much. And if I were you, I would not accept it. I think that she just means that, you know what, if you want to divorce his ass, I will even damn sign the papers. And Lala was actually giving a whole 360 because I thought she was gonna divorce his ass, but apparently not, because she was like, I love Cheikh, you and I are not the same. It's not like the old times where you would get a divorce at the first marital problems. And that's how she left it at. The next scene actually was also a whole 360 because apparently Mustafa and this girl were at the beach, and she was asking him about his wife. Yeah, I think you love your wife too much, or you used to love your wife too much. What has changed? And he said that there's only one thing that can change love into hate or indifference, and that is when you think you know someone, but eventually you find out that you don't know that person at all. And I think he's talking about Rocky. And then he's telling her that, you know what, thank God that you're here, because yeah, I can count on you. And then they start holding hands, and I'm like, I just defended him in another review saying that no way Mustafa is cheating. In the next scene, you actually see that Cheikh is with Lala, and he's actually noticing the way she has been putting effort. And I think she was setting the table, lighting a candle, and he asks her for forgiveness. And he's like, you know what? You have put up with so much of my BS. I've been so selfish. I have been only thinking about myself. I've not been thinking about you. I want you to know that I now realize that there's nobody in this world that, for me, that's better than you. So Lala is like, what are you talking about, son? And I think that she's still hurt. Also, she is just not getting any heights of him, because how did he actually get a change his mind completely about her? And how did he find the strength and the words to actually apologize to her? Because we all know that at the beginning, Cheikh did not want to talk about anything at all. He just went to work. He came in late just to avoid her. And now he just came right on time for dinner. And he actually says something appreciative. And he just continues to say that, you know, I want you to be my aljana. And I think that did the trick, because they end up laughing. And it seems like honeymoon phase 2.0. In the next scene, you see that Philly is walking into a salon, and it's the same salon that Amsa is working at. And Philly actually tries to escape, and Amsa actually sees her, and she's like, you know what, Philly, cut out the crap, just come and do what you were, you know, what you came here to do. And she was like, no, I don't want to be in the same space as you. And then she continues to ask Amsa, like, where's that friend of yours? Must be really hard for you because you haven't seen her and you haven't even spoken to her. Ndesan, that must really hurt. And that was like such a stab, because then Amsa tries to stab her back and tells her that, you know, what about your friends and your friend Lala with her perfect little family, which she just tells that she just says that, you know, it's a scam. And Philly is like, well, actually it's just my friend and her husband alone, because I think she just wants to point out that the fact that Marem is not there anymore, she's not in the picture, so it's just that Lala has what she always wanted, which is just Cher. And I think that at that moment she gets a call, and it's Lala saying that she's going to the movies tonight with Cher, and Philly makes sure that Amsa knows this. And I think that Amsa is really focused on saying that, you know what, karma's gonna bite you in the ass because your time is about to come. And Philly is really a bit arrogant, saying that, no, it's okay, I'm not scared, bring the karma, nothing's gonna happen. But Amsa just keeps on the point that, you know what, your time's gonna come up, and when it does, you better be prepared. And I know you're not scared, but I'm just telling you because you don't know who you got business with. And eventually Philly tells Amsa that, you know what, actually Lala and Cher are going to the movies tonight, and make sure you go there and watch them because it's gonna be honeymoon 2.0. In the next scene, you actually see that Biram is asking Jalika for forgiveness. He's talking about how Cher gave the position to their Domubai, which is half siblings by your father's side, and how he has been fighting with himself, and that every time he wants to change, something in him just does not want to budge. So he's just saying that I want to change, but it's like I'm possessed and my inner feelings don't want to change. And he's just asking Jalika for forgiveness, and he wants her to give him a chance to be a good husband again. Next, we see that Lala and Cher are at the movies. Well, they're actually coming back with Noura, and then Noura asks for ice cream, and the dad is like, ice cream again? With everything that you ate in the cinema, you still want ice cream? And the mom is like teasing, no, I want ice cream too. So they get to the ice cream parlor, and guess who's sitting there like a little peeping Tom? It's Amsa, spying on the happy family thing. And so Cher gets a call. It's from his mom, and next thing you know, Lala's smiling at the couch, and you see Cher and Noura as well, and the mom and Biram come, and Lala knows what time it is, so she gets up, she puts Noura to bed, and she's out. So the mom, Cher's mom, starts like this whole essay, this whole speech, and she's like, yeah, you should have expected me, and what did I hear? You've put me to shame so much because you gave the position to your Domubai, and Domubai is like a half siblings by your father's side. And she starts this whole speech about how nobody in history has ever done anything to help their Domubai. And I think it's more about how in Senegal there's polygamy, and men are allowed to have multiple wives. However, among children of the different wives, there's always a rivalry, and I see this with my family as well. And it's always that the children of a certain mom need to be better than the children of a different mom, even though they all share the same dad, and they don't understand that they're all the same, you know. So that's what she is pointing at, that culturally speaking, you should always look out for your Domunde. Domunde, yes, like the children of your mom, because those are your real siblings, because you share the same mom and dad with them. And that's what she's getting at. And she was like, yes, and you fired Biram, and you do not want him to succeed, and you this, you that. And she made it seem as if Sheikh prefers Raki over Biram, but Biram made clear that it's not about Domunde, Domubai, it's not about women, it's not about men, it's only about competence. And he said that Biram is not competent, Biram is not professional, Biram only looks out for himself. And if he wants to grow within our company, all he needs to do is show that he can do it, and show development, and show initiative. And that's all he said. So the mom really does not listen to anything. She's like, what did I ever do to you? And you know that a mother only wants the best for her children, and I did not do anything against you. And she's like, even a donkey is better than you are. And it's really crazy. And Sheikh Jali really tells her that, you know what, it could have been different if you had treated Raki different from the start. And I think he was talking about when she found out that her husband was actually having a takasuf with Raki's mom, and that she actually had the child with her husband. Because do you guys remember the scene where she was really mad at the woman in the hospital that was pregnant, which was Raki's mom, and she actually told them, you know what, you guys are never gonna set foot in this family again, and this and that. And Sheikh was just pointing out that if you had just accepted her then, nothing, like everything could have been different. And then the mom gets like a heart attack or something, and that's it. The last scene and the cliffhanger is that you see that Madame is back, and she's actually in Ivory Coast, and she's working at this company, and her boss calls her in, and she sits there, and her boss is actually telling her that, you know what, Madame, you're really competent, you're really a hard worker, and we're so happy with you right now. And then she points out that, you know what, we found out what happens in your private life, and Madame is actually so quick to defend herself, and she's like, yeah, but the woman cuts her off, and she's like, you know what, it's none of our business, it's none of our business. However, she then tells Madame that, you know what, you are amazing. Salif, I think that's her current boyfriend, really loves you, and I give you a choice right now. You either have to confront your past, or you have to stay here and build a life and give Salif a chance. Because Mariam actually told her boss that, you know what, I'm so afraid to see these people again. And her boss was actually really supportive. They was like a sisterhood, and it was so beautiful, because the boss was like, you know what, you should not forget that even if something happens to a lion will always stay a lion. And she just wants to say that, Mariam, you are this strong person, you have this amazing personality, but you should not forget that you are still that, and you just need to confront these people and show them who you really are, and don't let them defeat you, or, you know, darken your light, or, you know, just, it was just so powerful. I was like, oh my god, we all need a boss like that in our lives. And yeah, I'm really curious to episode 6. Thank you guys for watching. That was Maîtresse D'un Homme Marié episode 5. If you have not seen my other videos yet, definitely check them out. If you have any questions, ask them below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions, info@senegalesetwisted.com. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. And I guess I see you guys next episode.